Hello and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 7 Experts video with me, Holly Shand. In today's video, I've asked the experts for their best player in each position in the game right now, which is really going to help us when it comes to those transfer plans, team selection and captaincy from the experts this week. Help me get this one to 500 likes and subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Let's get into it. Starting off with goalkeepers then, and this was pretty conclusive, and it's the cheap goalkeepers that are really in our thoughts right now, enabling us to get those expensive premium players into our attack. Right now, 86% of the experts have voted Leno as the best goalkeeper in the game, with 14% going with Areola. That is pretty stark. Going with that pairing, incidentally, they do rotate quite nicely, and they're both key players to cover going forward. Moving into the defence, again, pretty conclusive here. It's Newcastle United assets that are really thriving right now. Back-to-back clean sheets. They're conceding very few big chances as well. And their defenders are getting in among the attacking returns. In this case, 86% have voted for Trippier as the best defender in the game right now. 14% have gone with Botman, the cheaper pick. Since I asked the experts, we did see that Botman's been flagged with a knee injury. I'm not too concerned about that personally because I feel like it's a little bit of an excuse to have rested him in the League Cup. But we'll have to see what Eddie Howe says in his press conference on Friday regarding Botman's fitness, because the injury issues do seem to be mounting up for Newcastle United right now as we're in this pretty congested European schedule as well. Into the midfield, and the results were a little bit more split here. 57% went with Salah, who obviously has been so consistent this season. We know that his first choice penalty taker, there was a little bit of speculation that maybe he wouldn't be on pens after having a bit of a poor record in recent months. However, now he is known to be on penalties. I think it's a really easy decision that he's the best midfielder in the game. But a few other names cropping up here. We've got 28% going with Maddison and 14% going with Saka. Now, this is significant because a lot of managers will be looking at the flagged Maddison and Saka in their teams right now and be wondering whether to transfer them out, particularly to go for a move for someone like Son, who's playing out of position. But I think this is really prevalent in teaching us that, you know, Maddison and Saka are a long-term hold. So providing these knocks they've got at the moment that have yellow flagged them don't keep them out for a significant length of time, it's probably worth holding on to them. Into the forward line then, and I did ask for the best forward excluding Haaland, who of course is a lock in our sides. 86% in this case going with teammate Alvarez, who was unlucky in game week 6 but has still been incredibly consistent. The red card changed the game, definitely keep the faith with him. 14% going with Darwin Núñez. Tricky fixture for Liverpool this week away at Spurs, but then they do change for the better. I guess the issue is that Darwin isn't absolutely locked in. Salah is the 90-minute man in this Liverpool front three, but the other two slots in that front three, we do see quite a lot of rotation, but Núñez has the form, so maybe he will get an extended run in this side. Now, a little bonus question for the experts was to say who the best double game week 7 asset is. This was very conclusive, 100% going with Luton's Morris. I think he is the only viable route into the double game week side, a player that you maybe don't mind holding for a few weeks. It's easier to bring him in if you haven't played the first wildcard yet, because then you can wildcard him out, because other than that, then that move seems a bit short-sighted when we're trying to free up funds to get the likes of Salah and Son in our midfields. Let's have a look at how the experts got on in game week 6 then. Finished on 76 points, which was 8 points above the average, but not enough for a green arrow. But it was only a slight drop in overall rank, down about 24,000 places to 526k. So nothing big to worry about. In a great position, hovering at that 500,000 mark after 6 game weeks. Goalkeeper decision we got right for a change. Onana with a 7-pointer compared to Areola on a 2-pointer. That was really significant for the side. And the defence performed pretty well as Stupinan and Botman both delivering decent points. Botman, the transfer in, of course, for Chilwell, definitely a move that was worth making. The other transfer that the team made was to bring in Alvarez for Jackson. Didn't pay off in game week 6, but with with Jackson now suspended for the next game, I think that transfer will pay off in the long run. Maddison, Fernandes and Saka all delivering in the midfield with blanks from Rashford and Mbomo. So a pretty solid week, 4 blanks and the other 7 players returning, and the bench decision was absolutely right as well. Now let's have a look at how the mini league is shaping up. We've still got FPL Fran on top, out of the top 100k now with 66 points, a total of 400. FPL Graduates and FPL Architect are in the top 10. We've been overtaken somewhat, an 85 pointer from Jack, a 98 pointer from FPL Prince sees them both go above us. And the Fantasy Football Hub AI team is catching us up with us now, just 1 point behind. FPL Reaction and FPL Fan making up the top 10, but it's good to see the experts team still doing very well in this top 10 at this early stage of the season. Transfer plans then, 1 free transfer available for the experts team with 2.9 million in the bank. 75% of the experts have voted to make a transfer versus 25% intending to bank. In terms of the transfers out, we've got Colwill on 50% for a transfer out. We've also got Baldock on 33% with Mubama on 17%. So quite a split there in terms of where people are going in terms of the moves out. Moves in, a lot clearer though, 67% voting to bring Trippier in, with 17% going for Burn and Morris. So the defensive move seems to be the most popular among the experts. I put the transfer plans to you guys. I gave 3 options. First one was Baldock to Trippier. Second one was Colwill to Trippier. Third was Mubama to Morris. I think the flagged players in the squad has meant for a more conservative route to transfers. 59% opting to move out the injured Baldock for Trippier. 30% liking the look of the double game week 7 move Mubama to Morris, with 11% voting for Colwill to Trippier. So that is going to be the move. Baldock out, Trippier in, leaving 0.2 million in the bank for this squad going forward. Team selection time then, and the first headache is in goal. Do we start Onana at home to Crystal Palace or Areola at home to Sheffield United? This one, pretty clear on your vote, 77% going with starting Areola, who on paper probably has the easier fixture. Headaches in the defence. Obviously, new signing Trippier had to start, but I did ask you guys which players to bench out of a Estupiñán away to Villa, Udogie at home to Liverpool, Botman at home to Burnley, Colwill away at Fulham. I think the flag for Botman has affected the votes a little bit here, but we're going to go with it. So Botman and Udogie are going to be on the bench with a backline of Colwill, Trippier and Estupiñán. Now the midfield and forward line picks itself, especially with the non-playing Mubama being our final sub on the bench. So it's a midfield of Mbomo, Rashford, Maddison, Fernandes and Saka, with a strike force of Haaland and Alvarez. Obviously those flagged players means that we may need to go into our bench with Botman and Udogie if Maddison and Saka were to miss out. If Botman is injured as well, we could be a bit threadbare because Mubama isn't getting any minutes at the moment, but we have to roll with this team for now. In terms of captaincy, 100% of the experts voted to captain Haaland this week away at Wolves. I think that's pretty clear in that he's the outstanding captain pick for this week. I think even for Morris owners, Haaland is the one to go for. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We're going for 500 likes on this video. I'll be back tomorrow with a very important press conference live stream. Normally go live at 1 PM UK time, but if there are crucial press conferences coming earlier, I will bring that time forward as early as 12 PM. So make sure you're hitting the notify button so that you don't miss it. The deadline stream as well will be coming on Saturday at 10 AM UK time. The link for both of those are in the description to this video. Thank you for watching.